Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the Earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 203rd One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be a host today, along with Mark and Dean. And we are here to help facilitate the Universal Council, who will be presenting today's workshop. And let me get that ready to go here. And we'll get right into it. Okay, take it away, Universal Council.
Hello, everyone. This is Masvek, representing Bengali language in the Universal Council. So once again, we are gathered here to proceed in the direction of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Yes, we are seeing a lot of things happening these days. Perhaps we are accelerating towards this event called One Nation, One Planet, One Race, and the peace and justice that comes with it. And as one of the core members said, I think it's let's buckle up, and I would say let's keep the buckle in so that we go through this ride in good shape, and for we are the ones that are responsible in a way in going through this, in executing this ride, or shall we say we are part of the driving position of this vehicle that we call world peace. And we all know what we have to do, and just like the passengers, those who need to buckle up, we are buckled in, and by example, they all know that we have to be buckled in. So with that in mind, we keep doing what we do, which is through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. And what we do for that, we go to the next slide. And here we elevate the souls of those who are negotiating towards this peace and IEA in Vienna. Along with it, we also elevate the souls of the religious and the world leaders, religious leaders and the world leaders on this planet, so that the ride finishes very quickly. With that, let's start the 10-minute silence.
Thank you, everybody, for your continued silence, the 10-minute silence for the 5+1 peace negotiations and their IAEA in Vienna. We also elevate the souls of the world leaders and the religious leaders of planet Earth. Thank you very much for participating. And Universal Council, can we now go to the next slide? Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear Moshfik. And thank you all, beautiful souls, to be present here for the elevation of all. And here, I am Shweta Anwar, UC representing Hindi language. Welcome, welcome, my beautiful souls, to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation. And here is a, well, I will say a message, as we are all messengers. Sharing message is love, message, kindness is our kind, you know. And this is the message of the world teacher, the universal teacher, Mahdi, the coming of him. And we are welcoming him with open heart. As we know, we are already in a knowledge, as a knowledge seekers, we are with a universal teacher. And now the world teacher, the universal teacher, will appear as Mahdi very soon. And we are welcoming him with our open arms, heart and soul. And I will say this is, and humanity needs him most in these times of transition after long, deep darkness, I will say. But then I read this, well, you can say the see-through from our heart and soul, or a wish, or as so it is, or it has happened. Mahdi is already here, and the world teacher is here, the universal teacher is here. But just we are in the dimension of physicality, saying it again and again. So I'll read this wish, or see-through, or so it is, I am present. So I'm going to read this, beautiful souls. We, the Universal Council, see through our heart and soul the appearance of the world teacher, Mahdi, welcomed and understood by humanity with all due respect and clarity. So I am present, we are present. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
My dear, yes.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, from wherever you are, like Mr. Keshe said, saying all the time. Thank you, Sweta. Thank you, Mushfaq. Thank you, Dean, for reading the presentation before. Thank you, Rick, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to anyone. So this is the 2022, sorry. Good start. 2022. So today I'm going to present in the World Peace Project, One City, One Center. And I hope you had all good New Year's. And I wanted to share today, first of all, I will share a summary of a video that has been shared in the Universal Council. It's a summary of 2021. And is a video that represent, you will see the video. I don't know if Rick, you want to share.
Yes, I'll get it right up here.
Thank you. Represent the knowledge seeker that they really give unconditionally. They really work really hard, and you can see the fruit of the of the hard work. So it's really great video. So I hope you enjoy. So we can get started. I cannot hear the volume. I don't know if it's me.
Check for sound.
Thank you. I'll reshare that.
In 2021, KF China has established the Jingdezhen factory of 15,000 square meters. We have also developed the gas capturing unit, nano-coating unit, and other important units to be used in the factory. Our team have been prepared for the future development. In 2022, we will have close cooperation with the ceramic industry and support the technology revolution of other industries. A lot of amazing products will spring out to bring a new life for the human being.
In 2021, Keshe Foundation came to Jingdezhen to sign an agreement with the local government to build the first factory in China. Jingdezhen is a very famous and ancient city because of its ceramic products, and that's the name of China comes from. During the past years, we had made a lot of challenges to meet our goals. But now I'm so grateful for all of this experience. Go through this, it let me see the beauty of my soul. Let me know who I am and where I come from. We are the creators. We're coming from the source. We're coming here to build the most beautiful planets in the universe. Right now, I'm inviting all the souls from the universe to join with us, to help humans united as a oneness, and to help Earth go back to the universal family.
Hello, I'm Yusuf from KF Iran. Greeting to you there, Rafael, and also greeting to the Foundation Society in Brazil. Actually, you did beautiful things in Brazil and we learned a lot from you. We have a great responsibility to promote the human soul, and I hope that all community will achieve this awareness. So we have an amazing years ahead of us. For Mr. Keshe, we wish you victory and peace and tranquility, and all you Brazilian community. Happy New Year, and thank you.
This is John Bliven out at KF Spaceship, Arizona. I'm giving a recap of what went on in last year and what's planned for the year after. As you know, we've remodeled our facility and we have it all ready to go, waiting for the units to come in. We're ready to receive 48 vision enhancement units that will also work with the brain. Those 48 units are scheduled to be in our facility by the third week in December. And by the first of the year, we'll be ready to start offering services utilizing those units. In addition to that, we're prepared to start receiving the body enhancement units. We will be in the United States one of the first, well, the first to receive them in the Western Hemisphere. And they'll come out at a rate of 3 a month. Not all of them going to us, but we'll be in the initial allocation up to 12 of them that we'll be receiving. So we're excited about that. The last year was really about having patience, trusting the plan, understanding that even though the timing didn't work out on our schedule, that this whole plan that's unfolding is really about divine timing. So we trust in the divine timing. We know that everything is in God's hands, and we're excited to be a part of the unfoldment to a better humanity for everybody. So that's kind of what's going on here. Arizona's going to also be opening up one of the first universities. That will probably be in the end of the first quarter of 2022. We're looking at land and buildings to decide how we're going to bring that together. But there's a lot of exciting stuff happening on our site. Thank you.
In 2021, we started the year focused on the same work of 2020, which was the focus on the educational part for everyone in our country to have access to the Keshe Foundation knowledge in the correct way. In the educational part, a crucial factor this year was the organization of Mr. Keshe's teachings, our Brazilian teachings, and other Keshe Foundation materials in Telegram channels, because it made it easier for everyone to find the teachings quickly without getting lost in so much information. However, many who joined our groups still felt lost with so much information. So I believe that the great watershed that we had to give an initial direction to the newcomers was the creation of the Easy Learning Plasma Science teachings, which are teachings made with a simple language where the person who joins our group can quickly understand the work of Keshe Foundation, its ethos, and what this new science is about. We have only done 2 of the 20 episodes, but slowly we would like to continue expanding these teachings. Today, we have more than 10,000 views on these teachings. With this, the number of Keshe Foundation followers in Brazil grew and continue to grow. And what makes me happiest is to see how we are growing based on the ethos of the Keshe Foundation, where we continue to see this year the knowledge seekers working 24/7 with the sole purpose of helping those who come to our group. And the most beautiful thing is to see how this is contagious to everyone who arrives in our group. In this year of 2021, we managed to surpass the mark of 10,000 members in our official group on Telegram. And thanks to the hard work of all the knowledge seekers from Keshe Foundation Brazil, all who arrive are helped and directed to the teachings in the correct way. This work is not easy. It requires a lot of heart and dedication. But the beauty of it is that we are discovering the pleasure of working to serve and for love, where we work because we love what we do and what we are sharing. In this work, the Keshe Foundation Brazil team has taken seriously the phrase said by Mr. Keshe, which is, "We all are Keshe Foundation." And we are the ones who made this bright 2021, and we are the ones who are building a bright future as well. And this is how we work today in Keshe Foundation Brazil. We work bringing this change to the people, starting the change at the base, where we see that we have the power to govern a nation through organization and mainly through the soul. In 2020, by our numbers, we helped something around 40,000 people with a cup of life, saving thousands of lives in Brazil. And in 2021, we not only continue saving lives, but we also start to strengthen the structure of our team based on this Keshe Foundation ethos. And so we began to realize and bring to our consciousness that we can govern our lives in an organized, structured way, and mainly based on love, peace, and union. This ethos in the Brazilian community is not just a theory, but it shows daily in a practical way, as we saw in 2020 and the whole year of 2021 in our group. And the beauty of it is that in a natural way, we bring to our consciousness more and more that the power is and always has been within us. And through this knowledge passed by Mr. Keshe, this becomes more and more understandable and palpable for all of us. Today we are searching for the place to make the first KF SSI University in Brazil. We are still seeing all the possibilities, and we hope that in the beginning of 2022, we will already have the place for our university here. My hope is that in this year of 2022, we will continue mainly firm in the work and without losing the essence of what Keshe Foundation brings to us today, which is a change within us. And in this change from the inside out, we begin to see and feel this bright future that awaits us. I want to say thank you especially to Mr. Keshe for all his love and patience with all of us. And thanks to the whole team of Keshe Foundation Brazil for standing firm in the purpose of our work and its essence of serving unconditionally. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for showing this beautiful video. It was very well done. They really resonate to me, the word also of Rafael. Yes, when he said that the Keshe Foundation is all of us, because when we talk about Keshe Foundation, we talk about everyone, no one excluded, because we are here to make a change. We are here to start the new era, the new world, the new plasma era. So it has to be something where everyone is included. So it's not like in the past when we were all divided and you have one project and you include in certain people. Not this time. We're here for a big change, and this will include the totality. So definitely, me too. I reflect a lot with that word. So something that even in the Italian community, I really try to get through, where we are all the Keshe Foundation together. And there it's where our power comes. Yes, so I have to say I'm admire so much Rafael, Kuchao, and Yalin, Joseph and everyone who is really, and Yurik and everyone, Jalal, everyone who is really, but no point put all the name because we are so many of us. So I really thanks everyone to this endless work. And definitely when there is a collaboration and a true unconditional giving with no attachment or no expectation, you see how things they growing exponentially, like in the Brazilian community and in the Chinese community and Iranian community. So you can see how they just exploded. Little bit jealous. We're gonna get there. even the Italian, we're trying. We're moving slowly, trying to recover. Yes, so definitely I see as well this ethos coming up everywhere. This 5 pillar where this, I think now in these days you can see everywhere. Don't you agree, Rick? Everywhere you see in whatever happening now in the last few years, there is this need of people, the people who work with integrity. They just stands out. I can see now more and more what Mr. Keshe mean when he said that the people who are enlightened, they will shine. I'm just start to understand this slowly. So, for example, I see everyone who give unconditionally, everyone who is working together, everyone who really put their work into, and for everybody, not just for themselves, they stood up. Not just in the Keshe Foundation, but everywhere in the world. I notice this more than ever. And I can see that people need this now. People looking for this. People, I mean, this maybe is my impression. We're really ready for this change. I can really tell this 2022 is the year of the change. You can really tell that there is this need of looking for working together now. And start a new world, start really think about everyone and not everyone excluded, and not just a minority. So I don't know if anyone, before to pass to the next videos, that it's where Mr. Keshe is gonna talk a little bit about the 2022. Is anyone of the Universal Council or anyone here that want to add Universal Council supporter, anyone who want to add anything to the video we just saw?
Yes, Stefania, my dear Stefania,
Hello.
thank you so much. Yes, hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I also, I am so, we are so much in humbleness, love them, the hard work of the team Keshe Foundation for humanity, giving gifts and invitations of love, kindness, care, and light. And this is the wonderful way they expressed it. And well, I will say, in the soul level, we are going, we are here. But in physicality, many things is going in the level of understanding. And we are here to not to say that you have to listen. We are saying that if you want to, please do, like that, you know. But I thank you, Stefania, for showing this video, beautiful video. And thank you so much, everybody, every beautiful souls, those have done this hardest of work, I will say. The long teachings, my Messiah, Shriman M. Keshe, his heart and soul teaching, his love for humanity, and the love of Keshe Foundation. And I thank you from my heart and soul. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is there anyone of the Universal Council or anyone Universal Council supporter who wants to add anything to this video regarding 2021? Okay, I think you always shine. Anyway, I think, I mean, there are a lot happening in the Keshe Foundation. So I know Gatwa definitely does, always been doing a lot of stuff in Kenya. And I know he's keeping doing a lot of stuff now in agriculture. And I can't wait to see the new result. So a lot of things going there. And I know in Vietnam, I know there is Malta is always active, Greece. Even in Italy, we're moving very slowly, but we're moving. I know that a lot of knowledge seekers are very busy doing translation, transcribes, really try to spread the knowledge as much as you can. And this is what I understood, what I'm gonna share with you now, what I understood from Mr. Keshe, that the important things the knowledge seeker can do, it's keeping sharing knowledge. And from my understanding, again, he really put the importance on really teach whatever you learn. So as you know, the Keshe Foundation teaching for free to everyone. And then as everyone learn, they also can teach for free. So in this way, we can spread the knowledge with as many people as we can to make our life easier. Because many of you already know that the plasma technology can really help at any level, from a single person with a cup of life, and like you heard with Rafael, they save I don't know how many thousands of people over the last few years just by sharing the knowledge of the cup of life. Very simple things to do at home. And also just with that, if everyone had a cup in their home, there would not be any no reason of this restriction. Now I know that, for example, other people, they start to do a little bit, for example, in the Spaceship Institute, we got the research groups. I'm sure they're going to be ready to start for the 2022. And there, as we know, we've been doing a lot of different research, very useful for society of today. So one of them is the heating, how to regulate the heating. Another one is how can you materialize from the fields to the metal state. And then you have the replication cup, how you can replicate fields, any fields. And that is something, because if you can replicate the fields of gold, or if you can replicate the fields of whatever you need, that it really sets you free. And then we have also a group that try to see how they can be fed from the plasma. So they have this experiment going. And also there is one for how to reverse GM seeds to natural seeds, that I never thought was a big issue, since I saw the video of the group in Vietnam, where I didn't know that they have a lot of, I think if I understood well, they can only receive modified seeds, but I don't know if I understood that well. And for them is a problem, because when they put the plant, they don't know what come out. So with the plasma, they're now able to reverse the seed to a normal state. So for certain people, this can be huge things. Even, I mean, for everyone, but for us, we can choose not GM and OGM, but for some country where they cannot choose, that even huge help for those countries. So as you can see, the plasma technology can be used also to really help also big issue, like the CO2. So even in this recording I'm gonna show you now, Mr. Keshe talk about the CO2 building, and those buildings gonna go in. They're gonna start to be. They're the project out now. They're gonna start to be built very soon, and very soon we will have all building of CO2 and different ones spread around the world. And the CO2 emission at the moment here in England, for sure, in Europe, they make it like it's a huge problem. And I'm very happy to know the plasma technology, because we're learning that we have so many solutions about the CO2 emission. Even the Cup of Life, it's a small kit of CO2 collector. So Mr. Keshe spoke about this in this recording, but we will not be able to listen all, because the recording is it talked about so many things for so many. It was quite a long talk, and we don't have all this time. So we're just gonna listen again, the usual. I think now, because let me see the time, because it's 4 o'clock. So definitely we're gonna listen maybe 10-15 minutes for sure. The beginning, thank you, Rick. The beginning of the talk, Mr. Keshe, he really, you will not hear this because I make it start after, but just summarize for you very briefly. He said that he really predicted by looking the news around and looking what's happening around, that there is at the moment happening a really interesting time, and this is very connected also of what Rick showed at the end. Then maybe Rick can talk if he wants about this as well, about the end of religion and the end of the government and leadership. And he talked about that it will be kind of inevitable once we all realizing that there is like he said that if the creator of the creators come in here, he make this example, no? If the creator of the creator is coming here to visit us, then everyone who is a part of different religions, their religion will become obsolete, because their God cannot be pray for another God. So, I mean, this is the summary. This is what I understood. But and then he explained also the leadership also will collapse. So he said in 2022 this was going to happen. But let's get started. Actually, otherwise, no point me talk about my interpretation of what Mr. Keshe saying. Okay, thank you, Rick. If you want to go ahead. And I will let him go. I will tell you when to stop. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, it's at, I think, 1 hour, 49 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes, I think that is the right time. Let's see.
Okay, and just to remind people, this is the North American Corona team workshop that is held on each week. And we can give the link as well to the full-length video, so people can. It's definitely a good one to watch. Mr. Keshe laid out a lot of interesting ideas in it. So, okay, let's go ahead here.
Rick, so you agree it's good, very good to watch. Shall we go? Because I want to go a little bit more forward, but you know, don't want to always take too much time. How long do you think we should? 15 minutes or 20 minutes is too much, or?
Well, it's up to you guys. We like
Okay.
to keep the workshop down to 2 hours, so I don't know how much.
Yeah, let's do
you
it
know,
then. Okay, I'll tell you when to stop. We're gonna do it just to be over 10 minutes then. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's go.
We don't stop teaching, because once the one nation structure sets as one race, a new energy, a new cycle of understanding is needed. Putting down the animosities, walking away from hatism, needs to be uprooted from the blood of the man, and needs time for it to teach to go back to. You remember what the Christ said, maybe for the first time you understand in another ways. By the time the animal sings, you'll deny me 3 times.
Cock crows, yeah.
Exactly. Man will, that has a religious meaning, not just as what you stated to me. Mankind will go back, try to go back to the time of animosity to keep alive. And we have to bring it back to line again. This is the 3rd time. It won't be easy. A lot of organizations, a lot of people who believed, a lot of people who see their livelihood be in danger, they will go against the grain. But the masses will carry. Knowledge seekers are no different than anyone. The only problem you have is you received the enlightenment and you had time to analyze. So when the time comes, should not take long. You already have followed the Mehdi for long enough. And you become aware of it within yourself. So then you become the teachers. It's not that all the factories will stop and everybody will honeycomb from the sky. We live, we carry on the same way of living, but in a different way. In a totally different. My cycle is a cycle of peace and happiness and joy, and enough for everyone to have, not just on this planet. So as knowledge seekers, you already received your light. It's just that how you see it to guide you through, and how you can guide others to become one nation. And then the rest will take shape.
Will the energy pack problem start to dissolve itself this year as well?
What do you mean?
Well, the problem that we've all been facing with the inoculations and so on, will this slowly come to an end, or
you see, I sat in front of a medical doctor very recently, and I explained to him what a virus is. And he said, this fulfills what we didn't know. And now we know, and it makes sense. So when the world of science understands the report of June 20th of 2020 about the corona, which is in the hand of the world leaders, do you think there'll be need for such a thing? Would there be a need for such actions? Or would we find a total solution for man in a space, how to deal with energy packs? Then we apply it here. As I said very recently, man thinks once you understand this technology, you live forever. A neutron does not live forever, and it has a cycle. Some longer, some shorter, some for millions of years. So at the end of it, there is always division and a demise for any packs of energy. Be it the soul of the man, be it the physicality of the man. It's just how we make the best of it to give and elevate the others from what we receive. That's all it counts. And at the end of it, once the world of science understands the implication of the way we explain the virus to be as an energy pack attaching itself to amino acid of the man, do we need to create more fake things, or do we need to accept and understand how to interact with it? So these things will come to an end very, very soon. We have created a huge dilemma for American government in past few weeks and in the coming week. We have a we have a first-hand confirmation. For the first time, Pentagon has backed Keshe Foundation. For the first time. Heads of Pentagon, for the first time, have backed Keshe Foundation to be spread around the world. And up to now, it's always at the point to be stopped, or at least kept under control. You will understand very soon. We are not American based, we have nothing to do with Americans, but Pentagon have taken the red to yellow, as we call it, for Keshe Foundation in the past 2 weeks. And we all know how it happened.
Yes, in the last couple of weeks or maybe even longer, I don't know if you've ever seen the picture of the ants when they're traveling and then they come to a river or a body of water and they want to cross over to the other side, maybe to the promised land and so on. And then some ants, they sort of build or connect with one another and they make a bridge across the body of water so that the others could walk on top of them in a way and reach the other side. And I was thinking, this is kind of like what the knowledge seekers are doing in a way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but sort of laying down so that we could make a way for the others to pass through. I don't know why that's come to me, but it just had. think Mr. Keshe is in a good mood and he's willing to share. I don't know if anyone would like to open anything up, or Alex, I know you've prepared something, but obviously this is quite exciting. This is the year when things are about to move in a major way across this planet. And I know I've been wishing for it for a long, long time. Not that long, but I mean, number of years, let's say. And I'm so glad that it's happened here. I thought I was going to have to create a new cycle and get permission from the creator to create a world of peace and harmony where no one goes to bed hungry or cold. But now I see it's manifesting right before all of us, and we're all part of it. So it's very beautiful that we could even be here. But our souls have brought us here, all of us. So feel proud, as Mr. Keshe said, that you've been touched by this knowledge, the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation. Would anyone else like to come in, perhaps?
Yes, good evening. This is Stefania.
Hello.
Good evening. I just would like to make a question to Mr. Keshe. Just because just want to understand better. So these three centers, no, they're gonna open up space center, one in Arizona, one in Tehran, and one in the one in Austria. Which people are you looking for to develop those centers? Do you look at scientists, doctors? I don't know if you can go deep into that, but how, or you look collective of everyone to develop these centers?
Initially, we'll call on a number of knowledge seekers which we know are enlightened to join us in different centers. Then at the same time, we have already approached a number of space organizations to join us for further development if they want to join us. We are not waiting for any government or any authorities to allow us to go into the next step. But as Keshe Space GmbH has become a company in Austria, and at the same time, Keshe Spaceship Institute now is officially signed into a company, we operate on the franchise from the two to operate in other countries as a, not a name, but as a commercial entity. And in that process, we approach scientists, or we open the panel for those who can bring the science of the space development. There are a lot of knowledge seekers who are very enthusiastic to help to be part of it, but they don't carry the knowledge. They don't carry the know-how. And maybe their enthusiasm or what they know will be good somewhere in the future as part of the work of the development. But we have a target. We are directly in negotiation with governments and the space agencies. And by them coming in, we have entered a different dimension. The biggest problem was to get the flight system into position in different countries, which is getting done this month. Hopefully in January, just before Chinese New Year, the first flight unit will be positioned in the three nations. And then every week we add one more unit to each center. And in that process, we bring a number of knowledge seekers. For sure, Alex Jalan, Alex from Nigeria, A number of other knowledge seekers will be invited to join the Keshe Foundation work in different continents. And we have a list of people who we know will make the difference in teaching the new scientists coming from the present space agencies to understand our work. We have a list of number of knowledge seekers which will make an offer to on a way what we call salary-based work to join the Keshe Foundation. And in primarily to teach the scientists, for them not just to understand the gas technology, but to understand the essence of transfer of fields and energies and what it means. We put the scientists from all the agencies on a crash course of a few days and weeks, depends how fast they go with it, and they all have a target. And by 21st of March, the system should be operable, functionable through their own understanding, even though we give them the basic systems. The number of Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers in institutes and universities and space agencies is a lot. It's not that we just bring blind people with no knowledge into, we bring a lot of knowledge seekers who've been hidden in the space agencies. Head of NASA propulsion, head of NASA mission for Mars 2030. These are all heads of the divisions of NASA and are all knowledge seekers. Very, very deep knowledge seekers. The head of Russian space program, knowledge seeker. Chinese heads of the space program, knowledge seekers who are aware of fully of the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation. Is just bringing the last touches and bringing it in a way. Up to now they worked in hidden, we bring them into open. Some of them are good friends, long-term friends. Head of NASA propulsion, plasma propulsion, is very, very close and familiar to Keshe Foundation. NASA missions, most of them are close to Keshe Foundation work. Just waiting for NASA to release them. Boeing, the same. Lockheed Martin, the head of weapons strike command, Lockheed Martin, are close knowledge seekers. You got to realize that if any of you have the capability, or you can do the translation from Chinese, you easily should have seen what we released a couple of times and with the Keshe Foundation. We are, as part of the structure of the Chinese space program, I'm sure Chinese officials in the background will not be unhappy. This is a billboard on the streets of China. I open it up for you. You see? Can you see it?
Yes.
This is billboard on the streets of China. This is, if you can read the top in Chinese, China National Space University. And some of the leading space scientists are in this line. And are more deeply committed to Keshe Foundation space program than Alex and Jella. I teach at the university. Only foreigner. And when you look at this picture, you've seen before, we are in China space zone. And you see how we are protected. Some of these are fully armed officers of Chinese Special Secret Service forces. We are well respected. It's just is the same process as we said. When that promised time comes, our knowledge is already accepted. And we know who to go for and who to get in touch with. And which scientists to call to be there.
Thank you, Rick. I think the minutes are gone, I think. Because there is, thank you so much, Rick. I bet you like it when you were talking about NASA. And then it's the first time that been supported by the Pentagon. Did you hear that, Rick?
Oh, yes, yes, quite interesting, all right.
Yeah, so yes, I really recommend everyone to go in to see this workshop, this teaching, public teaching, is the North American teaching, like Rick said before to start, because it just go on and on to give you more and more information of the 2022 and how the Keshe Foundation will be structured. This for my understanding. So for my understanding now, Mr. Keshe is going to bring in, now that the 5+3 went very well, thanks to all of you. So even these 10 minutes of silence that we did at the beginning at the public teaching today to support the people who are involved in the negotiation. So I don't know if you know the very good news that Mr. Keshe have given to us in the past week, that our work at the soul level has been successful. So thank you to all of you for having participated in that work. And it's the most important work. So we should keep going 24/7, because it brings a really amazing result. So as you can see, the Pentagon, for the first time ever, is actually going to support us on spread the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation worldwide. So we're already committed and we make already deadlines for the 21st of March, where the scientists, they will be ready to, they will have like introduction on the plasma technology from the best of our teacher, like Jalal, Alex, and many other teachers. So that's why he really, really make a strong. You will hear if you listen to this workshop. He really, because there is Dan Filippo that also make other question. Other people will make other question about the 2022, and Mr. Keshe definitely said that keep teaching and teach to others. That is our strength as a knowledge seeker. And so more expert teacher that then will teach the scientists to introduce them to the plasma technology. And already we have a very expert scientist. They already are knowledge seeker for many, many years. And they've been finding that this is the right time for them to come out. And Mr. Keshe also said that we will start to work with now people who can move things at the bigger picture. So we will have also consultant people from outside that they will find the right people to be involved in these projects to make sure that the deadlines are met. So the 2022 will become super exciting because if you think now we just there is us volunteers, and then now we're going to have more people, more key people. They will get proper wages and will be supported from the foundation. And there are all doers. There are people who actually doing stuff, and they will be very specialized in what they do. So they will be easier for us to add this new face, and will make us to progress faster to the end deadline. It is the 66, where we're going to have our first flying system and fly. I think we already have they're going to sell the ticket of the fly very soon. So to be able to keep this deadline, Mr. Keshe will bring in people who are very expert in what they're doing, and they will help us to put everything together. And now we're going to start to work at a higher level, because this is what I understand. This is my understanding anyway. I'm sure you will take other things from what Mr. Keshe said. So thank you. So I'm very excited about the 2022. I can see things now getting together. So I just wanted to, before to move on, I just want to say thank you to everyone who donate. Keep donating. Keep donate for the announcement unit, or keep donate for One City, One Center. This is your chance to use your money for ethical and project for the goods of all. Okay, so it's not just for children in needs or elderly. No, this is for everybody. And also thank you to everyone who working non-stop as a volunteer in the background. And also thank you to everyone who working in the TV, working in any sector. Just keep, I think we just, the secret, I mean, this is my opinion, we just keep going and things will, like Mr. Keshe said, actually Mr. Keshe said it, he said that the things to focus, just give unconditionally, that is the way that we can elevate each other. And then with time, things will get, organized and will get sorted. Each one of us has got a very important role. And so we have to just keep going. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything, or we can go to the next slide.
I can say that I put the link to the complete North America Corona team meeting in the chat, and also in the live stream and YouTube chats. So I recommend people have a listen to that. As Stefania has been emphasizing, it's a really good workshop to listen to, especially in the beginning of the new year of 2022. There's lots of insights as to how the year might shape up by Mr. Keshe. So.
Thank you, Rick. And also towards the end, there is your, you show your article about the religion, and it was interesting also what Mr. Keshe said at the end about that, about the article you show. So there's a lot of interest. It was quite interesting, yeah, quite intense workshop, public teaching.
Sorry, I was busy in the background and couldn't listen. Where are we at there now? Sorry.
We can go back to. We can go forward to the next next slide. I just said that it's also interesting to listen what you showed at the very end, and what Mr. Keshe, when you comment about your picture. About religion, and then he explained why he thinks we are at the you can see that we are at the end of religion, and explain it. So it's very interesting. Yes, so this is the Dome of Peace. I don't know if anyone wanted to read it.
Stevania, hi, it's Dean here. I can read it if
thank you, Dean.
You seem to have done more than your fair share of speaking today. So, okay, so I will speak. The Dome of Peace. Please remember every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet. KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GANS waters around the world at 12 PM CET and or 18 PM CET every Sunday at the same time, as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the planet. Mr. Keshe suggests we add the next step to create the Dome of Peace with the power of our soul. We asked you to spread the GANS waters each Sunday. Now we give you a new path. Now try to unite each other's soul. Try to elevate the soul of humanity through your own soul to a level that no one can touch the embodiment of the human race. Choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water of GANS, but spread your soul. Unite, and in time we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then, instead of doing it once a week, do it all the time. MT Keshe. And as we see on this picture, this image, this plasma in front of us, call to all knowledge seekers. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. So we have a picture of the One Cup, One Life. And this technology that Mr. Keshe has given us gives us the ability to change conditions, create environments of peace and balance, and bring across new energies and new transfers of field strengths across not only local communities, families, small environments, but on a much bigger plasma interaction as well, which would be the soul of the planet, let's say. I was reading something today from Mr. Keshe. I was putting together a body of something, some work. And I read something that significantly sort of made me, as Mr. Keshe's words always inspire us all. because there's so many words spoken of such great knowledge and integrity to bringing forward this condition of peace on the planet. So the words I wrote down was, we first create the energy. We first create the energy before we create the lift. So to create the energy through a plasma, we can do that in many ways. The first initial energy transfer has to come from the soul, has to come from the ability of the universe to communicate a thought that brings forth the energy into the matter state. So that thought of creating a condition through the science of the technology being brought forward by the foundation is creating that energy first. And then from that, we're giving humanity the opportunity to participate and experience the knowledge and wisdom of the universe in exchange for peace. And so that first thought that we have as a soul, as a being, can greatly influence the creation of the energy flow, which flows through the space gap. So when we create a condition, the energy that we receive comes through a space gap. So it's the gap of the atoms, the gap in space. As we've been taught, from an atom to a universe, it's all the same process. And so where does that creation of the energy come from? That wisdom, where does it initiate from? Where does it come from? Does it come from the solar physicality? From the interaction of the sun and the earth that gives man its condition? Or does it come from the interaction of other dimensions, other field strengths, from the creation, from the creator, that gives you that thought to bring forth in the matter state the energy that then we can use to create the lift. And the lift can be in any way. The lift can be a physical lift of a craft. It could be the physical lift of your hand. It could be the physical lift of a thought that then reaches across to another soul who creates the lift to their understanding and to their need. So there's many ways to create this energy flow. And as we all know, with the Dome of Peace, it's the same process. We create the One Cup, One Life. We take the plasma, the GANs off, and we create something called plasma water. And we know the energy flow from this water has many applications that we can use for CO2 capture and many other applications in all across of humanity's endeavors that will greatly enhance our condition, our environment all around us, from communication and space travel, agriculture, sciences, everything. It touches every aspect of the plasma of the Earth, which is a tiny little speck of plasma, depending upon the viewpoint. So if you take a viewpoint of a galaxy, this speck of dust you don't see. So the conditions on this speck of dust are localized. When you're in that vicinity, when you're within that structure, that sphere, it can seem like a tremendous energy. An old English saying would be like a storm in a teacup. So the energy flow can happen in a localized area, or it can be influenced greatly from an environment that is much considerably wider and more expansive than this plasma that we are within. So a speck of dust. And from that speck of dust comes the whole of creation. The whole of creation. And that creation sits within each and every one of us. So we first create the energy before we create the lift. The dome of peace, the whole of humanity. Thank you all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, my dear Dean. So beautifully you said, yes, the dome of peace, each of us has created with our energy, with the hope, with the wishes, with the see-through from our heart and soul. The dome of peace, the ultimate peace destination. This artifact has came. Some can see, some will see, but this is the beauty, you know. Every message that has been coming is in beauty and totality now, as the dome of peace, the home of peace is here. So thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. Thank you.
Thank you, Swati.
Rick, today we can skip this and we can okay. We can have these discussions and interaction of issues and conditions accordingly, making of wishes, reading the wishes that has to be present, or sharing of your love or your guidance with each other. You know, this is a time of interaction. As Dean said, the energy is needed. You know, the energy of love, light, care, and kindness is needed. If you have, my dear beautiful souls, is something to share or an advice or a guidance, please do. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll remind the attendees you can put your virtual hands up and we can allow you to open the microphone then. And I see Salamia has a hand up. Perhaps you'd like to go ahead.
Thank you, Rick. So I'm so surprised that I put on my mind some questions, and people in resonance with me just answer. That time, Dean answered to my question. After seeing the blueprint from Brazilian and from 26 October 2015, I put this question: how we can interact with our physicality and with our soul in creating this free plasma? And Dean just give me the answer. It's amazing. Thank you very much, Dean. And in North American, I was wondering why Rick is not here with us. And he just came. It was amazing. I just put this question and in resonance with Rick, he just came and participated. So in this way, we communicate at the soul level. It's amazing how we can communicate instantly. This I wanted to share with you, and my wish is to create as soon as possible the peace on this earth by agreement between leaders, all kind of leaders, and the elevation of the soul of entire planet, when our beloved Mitra, with a name now, this physicality Mehdi, will appear on this earth. I am confident that this wish will fulfill as soon as possible with the help of Universal Council Soul. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Salmia. We have Raquel. Raquel, would you like to go ahead? If you could say who you are and where you're from, that would be great. Hello. Hello, Raquel.
No.
Did you want to say something, or perhaps it was accidental?
No. I'm sorry. The micro was open, so.
Okay.
I have some problem here. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Anybody else in our attendees would like to speak? Have a question or comment? Perhaps an issue from locality, from your
Hello.
country that needs to be addressed?
Hello.
Oh, I hear a familiar voice. Go ahead, Mehran.
Hi, Mehran, Universal Council Support First Language. Sorry. Sorry, excuse me. I know it was just things are just so beautifully going on, and I agree with my friend, which says she feels that people are getting close. Exactly what I was feeling, because I talk to people very much. People talk to me very much, and I noticed that even today that whatever I wanted to say, they know it already, and it's amazing. I really amazed myself that we are getting to be the same spirit. And as far as the universal teacher, if I make mistake, please correct me, anybody who's a specialist. When I was going to research for religions a long time ago, I get to know the paper that the Buddhists, at least a fraction of Buddhists, are waiting for Maitreya. And this paper was, poetry was written for the 200 2,500 birthday of Buddha years ago. And they believe that the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, when she's dying, she says to his cousin that I go, but I come back in 2,500 years, which is equal to period of 500 years. I pass the expression. I come back and I finish my teachings. So this is the belief of Buddhists that it would be somewhere right now, like now, depending on how many years Buddha lived. So the original Buddha, which is coming these years, like after 1950 till now. So we are not the only, I mean, this is an idea of universal teaching for Buddha, for Buddhists, this faction of Buddhists is called Maitreya, whose name means kindness. And then there is some conditions of coming and all that, which close to what we have passed in this century. And in the Hinduism, if I don't make mistake, it is Kalki. After Krishna avatar, it's Kalki. He comes, or she comes, and brings justice and takes care of good people and makes order with bad of others. And in Christianist, we wait for they wait for Messiah. In Zoroastrian language religion, they believe that Zoroaster new life, new teaching comes at a time which is called, and his name is Sushant, which means the one who brings benefits. And he does the same things as others. And I think the Jewish people, they wait for Messiah, almost the same thing. And so this idea of universal teaching in different places, different times, they have hoped that, and in Islam, after Muhammad, the prophet, after 12 generations of his children, one after other, which were persecuted, and most of them came to Persia at the time, he calls Mehdi, which he disappeared, and they said he comes back at the end of the judgment day, etc. And also Mitra, I got, there's this paper, handwritten, which says that Mitra was here 7,007 years ago. And when she moves up in his chariot, without the horses, he says, I come back 7,000 years after. So we see that there is a whole lot of idea of somebody who comes back and he saves the world, he finishes the teachings, because, which is, lightly speaking, it's very normal in a way that there are definitions, there are words, there are attitudes which were not possible at the time. People had no way of understanding and having conception of these teachings. So man had to pass some time and get to some awareness that he can understand the new teachings. because as we say that every cup has its own measure. We cannot put more than that into that cup. So the Maitreya, and all these things are probably, and Mitra, probably they are all getting together, meaning that the moment man is ready, that man has decided he cannot do the things by himself and he needs some help from outside. And he says, okay, I'm not the Almighty who can solve all my problems. Please send me something. The majority of people have asked this. And then they listen and they send something because we are loved and they don't want to let us in the problem, in the destruction. And because years ago, before Keshe Foundation, I was worried about Fourth World War. And what about this atomic bombs everywhere, hidden under the oceans and everywhere, and maybe sometimes they can explode accidentally. Now I don't even care about all that. I have changed the whole thing. I was wasting my time. I'm not worried about the Third World War or these things. It's just, I see it differently. And of course, things are getting are passing so fast. Every time we have a new challenge, every week the new challenge, we're just getting dizzy of all these new things, which is wonderful because we're on one race, we're becoming one race, one nation. We're getting used to this idea. And equality, we're getting used to that. We feel this equality of thinking. I feel it really. And so those who have been privileged have to get used to it. And I'm very happy to know people of this group, and Raphael, and like in Arizona or everywhere. I'm very proud of them, and I really wish them the best with my soul. I mean, in the background, I wish them with my soul all the success and achievement because they are on the right path. And you see people who are sincere and they're always there. Thank you very much. And Rick, of course, which is everywhere following us with loyalty and words. I thank you very much. And I really feel that this year is going to change something for us.
Thank you so much, Mehran. It was great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
If anyone wants to add anything about the 2022?
Well, Freed in the live stream says, thank you, dear representatives from all over the world. What a good beginning of 2022.
Yes, we have a great beginning.
Yeah, I want to add something that, to all beautiful souls all over the world. Happy, happy, happy always happy new year of this new era, of this new cycle, of the golden age of humanity, and the coming appearance of world universal teacher Mahdi and the appearance of Mitra. This joyride of celebrations, and what can I say? There is no word of this physicality that can explain this love, light, care, and kindness, and civilization. Indeed, we are entering in a civilization after a long time, because there was a kind of always a fear and anger and all that is not to be there, as Creator has created in beauty and totality, all of us, a human nature, we are lovely. So, Happy New Year again, my dear beautiful souls, to all of you, those who are listening, those who are even not listening. So here is all the love from my heart and soul, from the core of my heart and soul. Thank you so much for being here. Salam, namaste, salute.
Thank you, Sweta. I just want me to say just one word more things. Yeah, definitely. To me, I see the importance, as I said before, of just spreading the knowledge. I think we, as a knowledge seeker, spreading the knowledge of what we learn, like Filippo said the other day, he sees a duty. I feel the same. Every time, even very recently, I was had a flu. And the plasma make me recover super fast. Another time, again, is really amazing how really can help this knowledge in any shape or form. So definitely, I will recommend everyone just do what you're doing already, spreading the knowledge as much as you can with as many people as you can. Obviously, without impose to people, because this is what I do sometimes. Sometimes I start to talk about the plasma non-stop and really forcing to people. And I remember Mr. Keshe said one time, please don't force the knowledge. So that definitely have to remember myself to not to do that. Yeah, spread whatever you know, do your best. And this year, the new things is that we have now people who can, like I call him game mover. No, there was a specific word, but I cannot remember. People who can do stuff and move stuff and organize stuff. So these are the new, like Mr. Keshe said, we're going to see this knowledge seeker who's been in the background for so long, and they are very skilled and going to help us to advance even further in the organization and in all the things we have to do. Yes, so I can see actually a very good year. So my thing is just say just keeping teaching, and because we need to prepare condition. We need it now. A lot of things will start to happening, so we have to be ready for those things. So, for example, if many centers gonna start to open, we need train all these staff, doctors. So our job definitely is very important to spread the knowledge as much as you can, so those people can then teach to other people, and then we can open more centers and be able to fulfill all these new things gonna happen in 2022. Yeah, these are the things I want to say. I know we're out of time already, so I'm gonna stop. Rick, I don't know if you want to say anything else, or anyone I want to say anything else. Thank you.
Not too much comes to mind other than I'm really looking forward to 2022. I think it will be, in fact, I know it will be the best year yet for plasma technology, and I think it will be like a flower blossoming. And so far we've seen the buds come out, and spring is rapidly coming, and we'll see not only the buds, but the flowers and the fruits also coming out in the spring and summer of this year. And many new products and situations and events and people will come into our lives. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope all of you are as well.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. Thank you.
I think Bali said in the said in the chat the testimonial. Maybe he wants to remind about the testimonials workshop, I suppose.
This is Dean from California. Peace and thank you. We made it. We did it. I'm present. We're present. I know we got this thing. Be encouraged. Be bold. Be empowered. And then empower others. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm just excited. We got this. Pentagon. The piece is here. We get to walk in it and
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yes, absolutely. Dan mentions the testimonials meeting, which is coming up next Monday, January 10th. And it's good to prepare for that. If people have any testimonials of the plasma technology, some results you might have, or experiments you're doing, or just like to show the world what you're up to in terms of that technology, or have a story to tell, then that is a good opportunity to do so. And by doing testimonials, we actually get to pay back in a way for receiving this knowledge and the benefits that come out of all that. So it's a way that you can pay back, and you can pay back in a way that's better than with money, because when you share with others, then they will benefit from your experience as well. So that's an open opportunity. Again, it's Monday, January 10th at 8 p.m. Central European Time. Okay, do we want to do the final? Oh, go ahead.
Can I read it out? Can I read it out, Rick?
You'll have to ask the Universal Council, but I think it would be appropriate, sure.
Yes, yes, of course, of course.
Yeah. I'm having audio problems. Thank you, everybody. We got this.
We hear you now, Dean. Okay, if you want to say the thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We got this. Be bold. Thank you. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
Looks like Dean got knocked out on the last word, take what you need, and he left.
but it's beautiful. Beautiful experience always. Thank you, Dean.
Okay, well, I would like to, let's get the background image up for today's workshop. Thank you, Jedi Simon, for another background image. And I'd also like to mention that the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group is meeting Wednesday starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And that's a good time for people to present their replications of the plasma technology, or perhaps you have some questions or concepts you'd like to interact with others with. And we have opportunities for new people and the older knowledge seekers to all ask questions and interact and generally share knowledge. So that's open for those that like to attend that. And of course, we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up in a couple of days. That's Thursday, January 6th at the usual 9 a.m. Central European Time. And I'm sure that Mr. Keshe will have some interesting things to continue to tell us about. All right, I'd like to go out with the, well, first of all, is there anything else anyone else needs to say before we end today's show? Many thanks to the Universal Council for presenting another One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here. The 203rd one on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. So I'd like to go out with the Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit as a reminder of some of the technology that's come out in the last couple of years. And then we'll end the workshop with the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit, which is the current flagship of the Keshe Foundation, you could say. All right, thanks everyone. See you next time around.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit. The very first new evolutionary spaceship technology has been rolled out for mass production. Embedding the essence of the new GANS plasma science and technology, it uses collective plasma field technology for changing and enhancing the environment of the body of the man. This new plasma enhancement changes the environment of the body to allow it to return to its natural, balanced, energetic condition, as in the womb of the mother, allowing every cell in the body of the man to find its natural, original field strength balance. The shape and field distribution in this new space plasma technology replicates the inner structure of the universe and replicates the balance fields from which the man was created at the point of inception in the womb of the mother, not only receiving balance in the physical, but also in the emotional sense too. This new spaceship technology can be within the reach of every man today and can be ordered by medical practitioners, sports specialists, and healthcare centers. The Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit, the future you have been waiting for, is here.